New at 5, rethinking that mask mandate in our schools. The state's education commissioner is requesting district make masks voluntary for the upcoming school year. ABC Action News reporter Mary O'Connell taking an in-depth look on this tonight, and she's digging into this story from all sides, hearing from parents on the impact of the pandemic on their kids and experts on the use of masks in school.
Without a doubt, it's been a tough year for students, just like Ed Spink's son, who has Down syndrome. Changes in school this year, like masks, presenting some challenges.
The masking impairs significantly on speech therapy, but even in the day-to-day classroom, because it makes it more difficult for him to understand the teachers and more difficult for the teachers to understand him.
Spinks told me he supports voluntary masks, a request the state education commissioner gave to school districts. In a memo to superintendents, the commissioner asked districts which have a mandated mask policy to revise that to be voluntary for the next school year. The commissioner said data shows districts' mask policies don't impact the spread of the virus. Dozens of parents have also weighed in online. Some shared they think we should wait until after the summer to see where things stand. I did some digging and looked at the current CDC guidance for K-12 schools. It states schools providing in-person instruction should prioritize 2 prevention strategies. And one is that universal and correct use of masks should be required.
Kind of what we see in our own interactions with kids and teens with mask wearing. On a short-term basis so far, it hasn't hindered everything completely. But I think from like a developmental standpoint, if anything, it's sometimes hard for even adults to communicate how they feel with a mask on. So that could be a little bit of a hindrance. At the same time, just adapting to that and how we can communicate emotions with our eyes and our hands and other, forms of gesture, right?
Stephanie Moyer is a licensed mental health counselor. I turned to her to learn more about mask wearing and if we could see kids behind in social development down the road. She told me she doesn't think it's going to have a long-term effect, and there may be balances you can find at home.
From that developmental standpoint, I think, obviously there's still room to grow and to show them like these are what emotions look like, right? Or this is a way that we communicate as people without wearing masks.
We reached out to local school districts about the policy change request. The Pasco County Schools Superintendent has said he's optimistic masks won't be necessary in the fall for the start of the school year, and that their district will be able to transition to a mask optional status. Other districts have told us it's too early to determine their plans in light of the ever-changing pandemic. In Tampa, Mary O'Connell, ABC Action News.